Hi, everybody, and welcome to One for Fun Gaming. I have decided to get back into the swing of recording my working sessions, so I appreciate you being here with me. What I'm working on tonight is a map for this weekend's game. I have a commercial license for ForgottenAdventures.net. Those are the assets that I'm using and repurposing here. I do it because of digital modularity. I am an illustrator in my copious free time. So what I'm doing for tonight's map, the party will be coming to a point where there is a mountainside pool or spring of some kind with some ruins located partway up. So I've mapped out the basics. The water features obviously are there. I'm currently going in and adding rocks and things, but this is the trail. The party will be coming from the lower left of the map and adventuring up to continue their way up the mountain on the top right. Right now, I mean, I have the general stuff blocked out. I have the general effects for the water layered in. And now what I've done is I've taken a fill of rocks and soil, and I've kind of painted those in on their own layer in Photoshop. And what I am now doing is going in with a black feathered brush. Let's go back to the brush. I think, yeah, it's the soft round pressure opacity, real simple, one of the general brushes. And I am going through, zoom into 100%, starting from the bottom and working my way up. What I'm doing is deleting, not actual, we're doing lossless. So what I'm doing is I'm removing the bits and pieces of the rock textures. Complete stuff up. That down bottom. But it's not a bad. And I'm basically creating features to interrupt to make it look more like a natural path where there are, jagged rocks, boulders that are poking through. On the hard-packed trail, it's not a completely smooth experience. Party might otherwise wish it to be. And yeah, I mean, so it's kind of painting with an eraser, pulling out the details. So what you'll notice, like over here, zoom in on this one. On some of them, I've left the darker brown round. And the reason that I've done that is because it will allow everyone to see it presents the idea of shadows. We're looking at it top down, so there isn't really a cast light here. But when you fade in, because this is pressure opacity, so I can, gently fade in the back, it kind of looks like the earth has kind of fallen on top of that area of the rock. So the eye begins to interpret this as that rock is kind of sticking out of a hill. And this now begins to slowly take on more three-dimensionality. The point is just to find the places where it's kind of underneath and present the layers so that, the hard edges, the little crevices between them are documented. I don't need to go too nuts here. I mean, I am kind of getting a little picky because this is what I'm doing is like a painter. I'm building from the layers from the bottom up. So this is underneath everything. There's going to be foliage. There's going to be, grass and scrub and other actual boulders that are cutting out. And they'll be treated as we go. So what this is just to give sort of a sense of the geography of the path. Right? Oh, we oops, painting. So yeah, so wherever you have a jutting edge, the darkness indicates your depth. In So it kind of, you can almost see like that rock would be read as being at an angle, kind of coming up the path. And that's all we're doing. We're going through and we are using the pattern, which is this stuff that was painted in, and we're just using masks, layer masks, and removing the extraneous. I think I actually like a little bit better, just given the spacing. So we're at 8, 25 down to 8 pixels, but it does give a finer degree of control. It is pressure sensitive, so if I wanted to, I can lighten up my pressure on the tablet. Great. Yeah. So that's how we're doing this. But that's the general gist of this channel, because I'm putting in so much work. Instead of doing, I guess these are tutorials, this is just more of how I work. But it might give you some ideas on ways to do things. As I said, I do have a license currently with forgottenadventures.net, forgotten-adventures.net. They put out some really excellent mapping product. Rather than spend all of my time drawing this rock, painting this rock, illustrating this scene, my element of the illustration is the curation, layering, the manipulation. I'm going to start with, there's such quality assets for such a low price, realistically, as far as art subscriptions go, for the commercial resale, that like, and I haven't actually sold anything yet. I'm still happily paying what I'm paying every month, just because they're definitely putting out a quality product. And every single time I turn around on Patreon, I'm getting new messages like, hey, and here's this collection and that collection, and here's these tokens and that token. It really is kind of in the digital economy, one of the big things is focus on what your passion is. Focus on, in my passion, even though I enjoy painting, like I would love to be producing rock art like this. That's not really the crux of it. I'd rather tell stories, and I'd rather use these to create visual assets to seriously and significantly enhance the storytelling aspect of things, so that it creates an immersive experience for my players. And it also helps me because, all right, now we're going to it. And so like this, so I don't want, I mean, it's still a path, but it's a rocky path. So I'm going to say, let's get, well, this is the border of the path. Need this. But these, I think we'll keep those. This will take out. This will take out. Realistically, I think I mean, these are nice elements, but these are not the only borders or boundaries of kind of like sense of a gully, secondary river to come. One point past, maybe take off the edges underneath the layer. So I want this to feel like it's sticking out of the hill. That. Because we're gonna, it does take a while. Right. I am going to disappear for a little bit. Right. Right, so that is adding the rocks. Thank you so much for joining me as I did a working session this evening. Thanks for tuning in for the working sessions. Again, my name is Adam. This is One for Fun Gaming, and